Well, hopefully there's not any wind in the mic, you guys. It's windy again today. It's windy every day. But my potato plants are getting tall there in the bin, and the broccoli's getting big, the squash is getting big. That squash came up on its own, so I'm just letting it go. My back garden is doing good. Once the sun gets on the other side of this tree, this is all in the full sun. Plants are doing good, looking healthy. Got squash coming on the squash plants already. Where we going, buddy? Where we going? We going for a walk? Come on. Let's go for a walk. Good boy. Where are we going? Let's go for a walk. If this was my last and final YouTube video, this video is the video I would make as my final video. Because I think it's the most important. For me, it always has been. You know, last night, as I typically do, I watch a lot of prepper channels. I'm subscribed to many of them. However, no matter how many prepper channels you watch, the message is always the same. It's always the same. And maybe a lot of times my message is always the same. However, my message is much different. And it's something that I don't hear in a lot of prepper channels. Like most preppers, I have my own preps. I've got my gardens. I've got a large savings put away in the bank. I've got food stocked up. Survival gear stocked up. I've done all the things that I can think of to make life easier during hard times. The thing about prepping is it gives you X amount of supplies and food and things you're going to need for a time. Everybody has different preps for different lengths of time. Some people are prepped for 6 months, some people are good for a year. Maybe someone's fortunate enough to be stocked and prepped for 2 years. But the thing that preppers will never talk about is what do you do after that 6 months, that year, that 2 years worth of food, water, and supplies runs out. Or if somebody took it. Or if you had a major fire and you lost most of everything, if not everything. Then what? I have yet to hear any prepper on YouTube talk about that. You just don't hear them talk about the inevitable, and the inevitable is kicking the can down the road. Well, you guys, I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to tell you what the answer to that is. And this is the truth. My girlfriend, when she was here last, gave me a book. The author is John Burt. And this book is called Imagine Heaven. It's a book full of near-death experiences and what people experienced and what they saw on the other side. And the best preps that you could have in your life is by having a relationship with your Creator. I am telling you this and making this video because I speak from experience, you guys, that there is only one that has got me through everything in my life. There is only one that has ever solved my problems. There is only one that ever got me through this far in my life at 51 years. I would have never, ever made it this far had it not been for the one. And that one is Jesus Christ. I could have acres upon acres of food stored up. huge, massive gardens. I could have tens of millions of dollars in the bank. I could have tanker trucks full of water. I could have everything on planet Earth I need. And then I could die tonight. And when you think about prepping, it's a temporary fix for a long-term problem. It's temporary. Prepping is nothing but a temporary solution to a permanent problem. That's all it is. That's all it is. To me, prepping is about getting yourself in the place that you need to be prepared for the ultimate thing that is going to take place eventually in your life. And that is when you leave this world. Because everything in this world is temporary. Everything. From your clothes, your finances, everything in your life is temporary. I'm not worried about this temporary world. I'm not worried about war. I'm not worried about famine. I'm not worried about plagues. I'm not worried about starvation. I'm not worried about any of those things, because if they were to happen, that too is temporary. For whatever it is that might be that takes me out of this world, I want to be prepared for what is final. Now, I'm not saying that these preppers don't have God in their life, because a lot of them do. It's just for some reason they fail to talk about what you truly need to be prepped in. Because no matter how much you have put aside, no matter how much money you have saved up, you will run out. It's inevitable. You can only eat off your food for so long. You can only drink all your water for so long. You can only spend money for so long. And then when it's gone, it is gone. And then what? It's the then what that these preppers don't like to talk about. It's a topic that they dance around. They don't like to talk about that, because even that scares them. But you see, you won't be scared. You won't have fear. God can get you through any storm that is coming. God can get you through any time in your life, whether it's financial, personal, medical, whatever it is, He can get you through. God even made Casey, this tiny little animal that's full of love and joy, and he plays and he worries about nothing. He worries about absolutely nothing, because he has faith and trust in me that I'm going to feed him and take care of him. And I do. He trusts every day that his water's going to be there, and his food's going to be there, his bed's going to be there, that I'm going to brush him and I'm going to take care of him. And you know what? He is taken care of every single day. No matter what happens, he's taken care of. And it's the same way between you and God. He will take care of you, and He'll see to it that you have everything that you need, because He says, I do not give you more than that which you can handle. He takes care of the sparrow. He'll take care of you just like I take care of this cat. This cat does not have a worry in the world, nor does his sister. Their food and their water is there every day, and that's why he's happy, and that's why he plays, and that's why he's healthy. I'm not going to worry about this planet. It's temporary as the pants I'm wearing. There's a lot of things that I fall short with prepping. Yeah, I've got the tools, I've got the food, I've got the water, I've got the money. But the thing that I lack the most is strength. I was the strongest when I was in my 20s and 30s as a landscaper. I was very strong in those days. Probably the strongest I've ever been. Now, with all the health problems that I have and the incurable internal diseases that I have, like Dupuytren's and plantar fibroma, and the spinal conditions that I have, and all these autoimmune deficiencies that there's no cure for, now because of it, it's knocked me down to where I feel weaker than Betty White. So I'm very limited when it comes to strength. I've got mental strength, I just don't have the physical strength. But that's where God comes in, because his strength is great and mighty, and he can handle anything. Absolutely anything. So when these preppers fail to talk about the inevitable of coming to the end of their rope, the end of their chain, and there's not one more link left, then what? Well, that's when you put your faith and your trust in Jesus Christ, because he'll take you that extra mile. He's the insurance that takes you the distance. The distance. For whatever you lack, he can make up, and he will provide and give. And you can take that to the bank, because that is the truth. You always remember that, no matter how bad anything may get in your life. I don't care if you're 30 years old or 70 years old. Whatever's going on in your life, you give it over to God, and you pray to God, and you give him your problems, for the burdens are light on him, and he will take care of it and come through and show you. And he will absolutely show you. He showed me several times in my lifetime to where there's no way I would ever doubt his faithfulness and him coming through and his promise. That's for sure. So I'm not going to worry about if I run out of food. I'm not going to worry about if I run out of water. God knows I'm stocking up on what I can, and there, whichever I need after that, he's got it covered. Like an insurance plan that's guaranteed and doesn't cost a dime, it's free. I know my garden's not going to feed me through all the hard times, as long as it may last. And all the money that I have isn't going to last me forever. The breath in my lungs aren't going to be there forever. Walking upon this earth one day will come to an end. And when these preppers fail to talk about the truth, because they just don't want to go there, they don't want to lose subscribers, or they don't want to talk about the things that they know, truly know, I will. Come on, buddy, let's go home. So just remember, if you're afraid that you don't have enough and that your preps fall short, don't worry. God will pick up the rest and take care of it. Believe that, have faith in that, and hold strong in that.